In this problem, we are going to produce two different types of fuel, regular and super, using three different ingredients. So let R1 number of barrels of input 1 for regular fuel. Similarly, R2 number of barrels of ingredient 2 for regular fuel, R3 number of barrels of ingredient 3 for regular, S1 number of barrels of input 1 for super, S2 for barrels of input 2 for super fuel, S3 number of barrels of input 3 for super. So we are going to maximize profit using revenue and the cost. So profit is going to be 18.5 R1 plus R2 plus R3. Also, revenue from second source is 20 S1 plus S2 plus S3 minus the cost 16.5 R1 plus S1 minus 14 R2 plus S2 minus 17.5 R3 plus S3. So we are calculating revenue and the cost of ingredient. We are using input 1 to produce both regular and super fuel. Similarly, ingredient 2 for regular and super, and so forth. So this will simplify as 18.5 R1 plus 18.5 R2 plus 18.5 R3 plus 20 S1 plus 20 S2 plus 20 S3 minus 16.5 R1 minus 16.5 S1 This will further simplify as like terms. So 2 R1 plus 4.5 R2 plus 1 R3 plus 20 minus 16.5, so 3.5 S1 plus 6 S2 plus 2.5 S3. So that's our objective function. The constraints would be, we want to look at the availability. So R1 plus S1, the available fuel for both for input 1 is 110,000 barrels. Also, our maximum demand is 350,000 for regular and 500,000 for second. So R1 plus R2 plus R3 should be less than 350,000. S1 plus S2 plus S3 less than or equal to 500,000. Now we would need to maintain the minimum octane level for 90 for regular and 100 for super. So the octane level given to us for different input, so 100 R1 plus 87 R2 plus 110 R3 divide by the amount we use, that should be at least 90 octane. So total octane available from 3 inputs minus how much we are going to produce, that ratio will give us the 90 octane level. So this will simplify as 100 R1 plus 87 R2 that further simplifies as 10 R1 minus 3 R2 plus 20 R3 greater than or equal to 0. That's our next constraint. Similarly, 100 S1 plus 87 S2 plus 110 S3 divided by S1 plus S2 plus S3 greater than or equal to 100. That will further simplify as 0 S1 minus 13 S2 plus 10 S3 greater than or equal to 0. We also know that R1, R2, R3 and S1, S2, S3, the amount of input we're gonna use is positive or 0.